everyone, and welcome back to Miss Estruch Teach and Tell. And with school return just around the corner, I'm going to go through with you what I do to prepare for the new school year. So number one is getting my new school timetable ready. Now, because of the way I am, I'm very type A with organisation. I actually do this in July, but I'm going to refresh my memory of it in August. And if you're not like me and you've already done it in July, then I definitely recommend that this is something that you do towards the end of the summer or even on the inset days. So for me, the way that I like to organise my timetable is to add in any of my break duties, to add in any detention duties or tutorials that I have actually into the timetable. And then also I colour code every year group. So if I am just having a quick glance at my timetable to know what I've got that day, I can quickly get what year groups at least just from the colours. Number two is setting up my planner. And again, you've got to bear in mind I am incredibly organised and not everyone will have the time or the desire to do this, but for me, I like to do this because it gives me a sense of control and knowledge of what's going to happen across the whole year. But I do actually invest the time to look at my new school calendar that they publish, which for us is called the Pink Calendar, which is basically all of the important dates coming up that year. It's like parents' evenings, meetings, data drops, and so on. And I actually write all of those into my planner for the entire year. And that way I know that as I'm planning every week, I can see clearly if I've got any meetings coming up and I don't have to every single week add that in. Now, the one downside with that is sometimes meeting times have changed and things like that, and I've been caught out. So if you are going to do that, then maybe keep on top of just any emails that might come through to let you know of change of dates and times. I also set aside some time on the inset days where I can add in my class lists to the assessment section in my planner. And I do handwrite it, not because I want to, but because I've not found a way to work out what is the exact width of the rows in my planner compared to what Sims prints it out as, or when you do it on Excel, so it never quite aligns. If anyone knows a quick trick of how to do that, please tell me in the comments, because you'll save me hours of time every single year. So instead, I handwrite out all of my classes, and I then add in what is their minimum target grade and any SEND codes that they might have. I try and do that discreetly though, just in case anyone was to ever find my planner, there wasn't something too personal about a student in there that if it got out, they might feel uncomfortable about. Now, I like to do all of this because then when I am marking the student's work, if it is a graded piece of work, I can clearly see, are they on track? Are they on target? And I sometimes actually will even go above that and colour code my planner when I'm marking it to see how many of my students are on target, 1 grade under, 2 grades under, so I know which students I need to prioritise supporting in the lessons further next time. And also it's just a good general reminder for me to be able to know who are my students in the class that might have particular needs that I need to be planning for to make sure that all students are able to get the most out of every lesson. Number 3 kind of links together what we've just said, but I like to have a look at the first 2 inset days. I mean, for me, I have 2 inset days. You might have more, you might have fewer. But what I like to do is have a look at the plan for the inset days, which, let's face it, they are always chock-a-block. So you might not have a lot of time, but I like to see where there is a time that I can block out for when I'm going to do all of these admin style jobs. So when I'm going to write in the class lists, look up the class context, so the SEND and any other extra needs students might have that we need to be aware of, adding in the first week of lessons for the term as well. So blocking out a time when you know you're going to prioritise doing that on the inset day should then make sure you definitely get it done. And if you're blocking it all in one go, hopefully you'll be more efficient. You can just get your head down and get it done. Number 4 is my favourite one. It is the fun one that I look forward to, which is completely unnecessary, I know, but I still love it. And it brings me so much joy, and that is the New Year stationery haul. So this year I plan to get, well, I've already got my new planner, which is from the Positive Teach Company. I absolutely love their planners and I use those every single year. So I'll link that below. It's not an affiliate, I just love them that much. So please check that out, they're great planners. So planner, that is already bought. But I think it's time for me to get a new pencil case because my current pencil case has got loads of ink stains on the insides, loads of like weird debris, which is probably like pencil sharpenings and all sorts. So new pencil cases on the list. Standard, I like to get a new set of coloured pens. It's all about the colours. Again, it doesn't bring much value, but it brings me joy, which inadvertently is value. Stickers. Now, I know sometimes people think this is a weird one, but stickers are so good. And yes, I do teach mainly A-level students, and I'm a high school teacher or secondary school teacher. So sometimes people think stickers are pretty babyish and they're not going to be interested. That is totally not the case. Students, even up to A-level, love the stickers. Even if they're like the cool kids, they love the stickers. It's a very like tongue-in-cheek, ooh, stickers, and they love them. And the more extravagant, the better. So I'm definitely going to be looking for either 3D or holographic or glitter, some sort of sticker like that. The favourites I've ever had that people liked was my 3D holographic shark stickers. So I'm going to see if I can get some of those, but sadly those were from Paper Chase, which no longer exists. So I'm going to have to find, where do I now go for my stationery now that they aren't here? Other things that are more useful, which again your school might provide for you, so you don't have to buy them, but maybe they don't, or maybe you just want like funky looking ones. Post-it notes. I use post-it notes all the time for to-do lists and just trying to remember things. Crocodile clips, so I use a crocodile clip to clip my planner so that I can easily flip to my assessment page or the calendar page or the current day or week. And yes, they often come with ribbons, but I just find if I've got a big crocodile clip there, I can flick to that bit so much quicker. And also the crocodile clips are great for clipping students' work into where I'm going to be doing the marking as well in the planner. Number 5 on the list is something that I like to do as a favour to future Katie, and that is meal prep for the first week back. In summer holidays, I don't know about you, but I get pretty lazy. I kind of just buy a load of stuff in the fridge, eat whatever I want, and have no plan at all. Whereas in term time, I'm so much more organised. I have a plan of what meal I'm going to have for dinner every week, every day, and I have like a lunch plan for the week. So that is one thing that I'm going to be doing, is writing down my meal prep. What dinners am I going to be having every day in the evening, which is particularly important for me because not only am I a teacher, I've obviously got this business and my Miss Estruch biology business, and I'm a single mum of twins. So having things organised really helps. So I'm going to have that prepped. I'm going to definitely as well do meal prep for my lunches, because going back to school, it's tiring and it's exhausting. So if I know I've got a really tasty lunch to look forward to, it's going to bring joy to my day. So I'm going to have a look for some nice recipe that I can batch cook and that can last for the whole week. And I highly recommend that, because it is surprising how much joy your lunch can bring to your day, or how much sadness a really rubbish lunch can bring. Have you ever had one of those lunches where it's basically the stale parts of your bread and you have nothing left in your fridge apart from maybe a little bit of spread and cheese, and you're like, that is all I've got to look forward to. So definitely don't want to be in that situation. Number 6 is my wardrobe check. Now I've done this one already. Today it is, let's see, the 24th of August, and I've done this one already. I've checked, in particular for me, it's shoes. I don't know what I'm doing to my shoes, but I put it down to the fact that maybe it's because I've got flat feet. But my shoes, I seem to just wear out the bottom or like at the toes. Every single year I end up having to get new pumps in particular and new boots. I seem to just scuff them and the soles are gone. So I've got new shoes, and not only that, I am being proper mum about it and walking in my shoes to make sure I don't get blisters on the first day. So I'm there with my pumps like trying to squash and bend the leather a bit so it's not going to be so tough that on the first day when I'm marching around helping all the students who've just got there, getting blisters. And lastly, number 7, we are in the last weeks of freedom before we go back to school, and we know that the first term is the busiest, the longest. You get ill, it's cold, it's dark. So make sure you are also putting time aside for fun and relaxation, which I am definitely doing. So I'm cramming in a little visit to a friend. I've got a spa night coming up, and I'm indulging in Netflix while I can. So I'm going to be treating myself. I hope you treat yourself as well in the last week or two before we go back to school. So that is it. That is how I prepare for the new school term. And if you have anything else that you do that you find really, really helps, I would love to steal your ideas to improve my return to school. So please share it below to help me, help anyone else watching. But that's it for now. If you have found this helpful, then check out some of my other videos, which I'll link up here, and I'll see you next week.